So I'm sitting in the paddock again, but this time it's not the morning. Usually I always record everything in the mornings, but now it's the evening. And I came out today to train with one of my horses, but then also to try out a picnic rug in their paddock to see how they would behave or react. And I also brought some singing bowls to play to see their reaction, because I'm going to invite a friend over next weekend to come and do a little bit of meditation and yoga, and I was going to play the singing bowls for her. But I thought, all right, I'm going to try out to see my horse's reaction first before bringing in someone who doesn't really know horses too well and wants to relax. And thank God I tried it out, because my horses were obsessed with the rug. See, here I thought they were going to be scared of the rug, but very interested in the singing bowls, the crystal bowls, to see the sound and the vibration. But they didn't really care about the sound at all, the vibrations. One of my boys, the younger one, he initially almost freaked out when he heard it. Like, he looked around like, what is that? Where is it coming from? But then once he knew it was coming from me, he was fine. But the rug, the rug, they had to sniff it, they had to bite it, they had to pull it, they had to paw at it. I have a bit on video, I might share it. So they loved the rug and wanted to sort of sit on it with me, stand on it with me. And it was a little bit dangerous. I had to push them away a little so that they don't paw at me or the crystal bowls. But then they relaxed and did their own thing and forgot about me a bit. So we should be all good for next weekend. I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so the last few days I've been diving into Joe Dispenza. I've been avoiding him for years because I thought he had something to sell. He seemed like a businessman, and I wasn't interested in that stuff at all. I didn't want business. I didn't want, spend all your money on my program and you'll be transformed. I hate that stuff. So I didn't give him a chance. But a few days ago, something drew me to him. I don't know what. And I'm glad it did, because I love his message. I love where he's coming from. I love how he marries science into spirituality. He does not say a word about spirituality. Nothing. Not a single word. I think the only thing he uses is consciousness every now and then. Empty space. Nothingness. But very much married to science. And I think it helps a lot of people. I think I've said this a few times now, that I always feel like spirituality, or the word itself, divides people. And it does. I feel it. I see it. There's so many people I can't reach when I say words like that. When I say consciousness, spirituality, beyond the mind, that sort of stuff. I lose so many people. I don't even say anything anymore because I can feel that it's not going to be well received. But now I'm learning this new language to really say the same thing. And it's fascinating. I love it. Especially because it hits me differently as well when I hear it differently. So the first what do you call it? The first not interaction, first meeting sort of with spirituality I had with Mooji. That's how I got introduced. No, actually, it was Eckhart Tolle. Yeah, it was Eckhart. He's so, he's like the gateway to spirituality, sort of. Then I very soon found Mooji, and I stuck with him for years. And my God, there was 1 year when I needed some serious help, some serious healing. And it's funny, Spotify told me that in 1 year I listened to Mooji's podcast for over 41,000 minutes. I don't know how much that is, how many hours a day that is. So I really dove into it, and I think I fell asleep with him in my ear, and it really did something to me. It really changed something. Something clicked, something woke up, something shifted. And I very much sort of embody his message and understand his message really well, his words. When I meditate, nothing works for me like his method. It's not even his method. It's just what I've learned listening to him is the only thing that works for me now. But it is the only thing needed, because what happens is I become nothing. I surrender and I give up everything. And there's nothing left. Nothing until there's nothing. And that's my sweet spot. That's when I'm gone. When I'm beyond myself, That's my practice. That's where I do all my healing. But now I'm getting this new language, so I sort of dove into also trauma healing, and I'm doing an equine assisted learning course right now, so I'm learning some things that have nothing to do with spirituality, but it all links in. I'm noticing more and more this all links in, and science links in so well. It's really, I'm starting to see that science really, if you don't get stuck on the matter, on the material stuff, it really does take you beyond and can explain what you're experiencing, or it can show you, on graphs. It can measure what is happening, and it, you can learn your experience and understand what's happening, and then help others, or even just have it make more sense to yourself, so that you can sort of, wow, it's like, once you see what's happening and how you are rewiring your brain and healing your body on a physical level, like, it's crazy. It's wow, So anyway, so I dove into Joe Dispenza, and he said something, and oh my God, it hit me. It was amazing. He said something. It was an interview that I saw on YouTube, and someone asked something like, what do you tell a client or a person who says, I don't want to forget, I don't want to forgive, this is unforgivable, I don't want to forgive, how could I? How can you forgive this? What happened, what they did to me, what he did to me, what she did to me? How can you forgive that? I can't forgive it. And he gave an answer just like, it's for your own good, like you're doing it for yourself, you're releasing yourself and stuff. That was all good. But then the thing that he said that really clicked, he said, you control your thoughts, you control where your energy goes, where your attention goes. And if you see what your attention does, so if you start ruminating over something from the past and you catch yourself doing it, stop and redirect your attention to something else, to something positive, to something healthy. Why would you not do it? And then he has all these, he studied all of this. He has all of this stuff down on paper, it's scans, brain scans. They take levels of cortisol and adrenaline in the body, and even the protein that the body produces, depending on your thoughts. How well your immune system works, how little it works, how badly it works, depending on how you're thinking. And it shows 100% of the time, every single time. If you have negative thoughts, if you keep getting stuck in your old loops, you are sick. You're making yourself sick. Your body doesn't function properly. You are miserable. Your gut doesn't work. Your brain doesn't work properly. Your body produces the wrong proteins, or proteins that just don't aid your immune system, that don't aid your body functions. Everything sort of breaks down and becomes, it malfunctions, and we get quite sick. And here's the thing, right? You have full control over it. It's up to you, 100% up to you. So if you catch yourself having a bad thought, or even just this belief, like, I can't forgive this, I don't want to forgive this, I can't, it's unforgivable, then what are you doing to yourself? Why would you want to choose that? Why do you choose ill health and a shorter life because someone did something and you don't like it? And next time you think about that, and I mean, forgiveness isn't something you just switch a button and then, it's forgiven. Forgiveness is something you learn slowly over time, but then that's it. So why not choose to do the things that will help you let go, that will help you forgive? Why not choose the positive thoughts? Why not choose to focus on your future, on your now and your future, and to imagine how you want your life to be? And that positivity, your brain has no idea that it's imagined. Your brain, if you imagine the good stuff that you want for yourself, or if you sit in the now, in the present, and you look around and you're grateful for what you have and where you are and the things around you, your brain, it nourishes your brain, it changes your frequency. And that changed frequency heals you. And the more you practice it, and that's the key word, practice, the more you practice it, the better you get at it. And I think Joe Dispenza, he said that he was doing a study right now, or not right now, when the interview was conducted. So I think it was a year ago. He was doing a study with children, and he was teaching them, and it's so simple. He's teaching them, if you practice being angry, you're going to get really good at being angry. And if you practice being kind, you're going to get really good at being kind. So, who do you want to be? How do you want to feel? And choose that. And it's so simple. And kids are they're so quick to do it and to learn it, to understand it, whereas us adults, we're so programmed unconsciously, subconsciously, running on this program we're not aware of. And it's ruining our lives. We are living in stress, in a stressful state, 70% of our lives. That's crazy. And I don't even think that's for most people. I mean, okay, yes, it was a study, but I think there are a lot of people who have a much higher number than that, much higher percentage than 70%. And that's sad. That's really sad. Why are we doing that to ourselves? Why do we choose the repetitive negative head talk? Why do we keep listening to it? Why do we keep perpetuating it? And yes, part of it is because we're addicted to it. It is an addiction. Our brain is addicted to the negative thoughts, and because of what it does to us, that the stress state and then the relief from that, what happens in the body, it's so accustomed to it that it needs it, even though it's destructive, even though it makes you sick, even though it's uncomfortable. Not uncomfortable, painful, but it is comfortable. You see, it has become comfortable because we're so used to it. We'd rather stay sick and in pain than to try something that's uncomfortable, that is new, that is unknown, right? That's how our brain functions. That's how our mind wants to operate. Better to stay in this unhealthy life we're living because at least we know it and we can predict, rather than let's make a change, let's step out of this known and try something else, because that is so scary, but we have to push out, And another thing that Joe said was that, you can either start now and try and get out of your stress and unhappy life, you can do it now while you're still happy, while you're functioning, and you can do it with a lot of enthusiasm. Or you can wait until you are so miserable and life is pushing you until you can't choose anything but to change, and for most of us, it is that reaching that point where it's life or death, where you think I can't go on anymore, and you're sort of being forced to do it, to do the work and to change, to wake up. That's how it was for me too. I'm not judging. I'm not, I'm in the boat with you guys. We're all in the same boat, same human boat. But yeah, so you have the control, 100%. Next time you catch yourself think, am I thinking past thoughts, memories? Am I ruminating? Am I being pissed off at someone or about how something is going and how something went? And am I getting angry about it? Am I stressing myself out about it? Or am I creating the future? Am I visualizing where I want to be, who I want to be, And if it's the first one, if you are ruminating, if you are being upset, if you are angry or frustrated or jealous or hurt and just, remembering stuff and hating someone else or, just stuck in the usual, then please make the choice to say, okay, no more. You can do that. You can. Try it. Next time you just say, nope, not doing it. And that's where you start. You start with your thoughts. So you're going to have emotions come up and they're going to dictate your thoughts, right? You're going to go straight back there to those negative thoughts. And I want you to not let those emotions run you anymore. Stop letting them run your life. And it starts with the thoughts. So you stop your thoughts next time. You say, no, I'm not going to put my attention on this. I'm not going to let my energy leak into this over and over and over again every day of your life, every day for weeks, for months, for years. It is programming your entire physiology. It is making you so sick. It is stopping you from being who you are meant to be. It is stopping you from creating, from being a help in this world, a help to yourself and to the people around you. You're not here to suck energy and cry and whinge about everything and wait for someone to save you or for something to change so you can be okay. No, you are here because you have a unique gift. And the world needs that. You're here for a reason. And your job is to get out of this negative mindset, this replaying your past, this coming from fear. And you're meant to step into your heart and into creation and to find that gift, that key that you hold, that the world needs. And to unleash that and to go after that fearlessly. And when I say fearlessly, I say it is terribly scary. Absolutely the scariest thing. But you do it anyway. Because you know it's the right thing. And you know that you can do it. And that's why you're here. You step out of this fear mindset that holds you in the past, that keeps you in this negative pattern. Because you don't see anything else. You just continuously worry and think about the past. And it keeps you in that loop. Your attention stays there, so you are repeating it. So what I'm asking you is to step out of that, to say no more. I've had the same thought every day for years, and no more. I don't want it anymore. It is ruining my life. And you consciously shift your attention. You stop that thought. How do you stop the thought? Meditation. Meditation. You need meditation because you need to strengthen your mind. You need to have the strength in your mind to stop that thought when it comes and redirect it to something else. And I want you to really start dreaming, to really start imagining your future exactly the way you want it. Like, go all out, you know. You need to get to a point where you believe it, where you see it so clearly in front of you that you think you're already living it. And your brain is going to think you're already living it. And you're going to stop needing anything suddenly. You're not going to need anything anymore. You are going to feel so whole because you're going to feel like you have everything. And your brain is going to relax. And your heart is going to open. And your body's going to start producing all these amazing chemicals and all these amazing hormones like oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, all of this stuff that we're so in lack of because of our fear and because of our constant state of stress. And we're going to feel so blissed out simply by imagining an incredible future and unleashing our potential. Coming from the heart, opening the heart. There is such a power there. There is such a high frequency that we have the power to unleash, to get to step up into, that will change your entire life. It'll change your body. If you've been sick, now this is not something I've experienced, but this is something I've heard and people have witnessed. I have not myself, so maybe I'm wrong. But even if you have an illness, if you do this, you can heal. You'll heal yourself. So many people have healed their autoimmune diseases. So many. Simply by changing their thoughts, by becoming positive, by focusing on their heart, by focusing on the now and on their future and finding that potential in them. You know, that potential that comes from an open heart. It's not something you wish to create. You know, you don't go like, oh, I want to be the next, I don't know, American Idol. I don't know, is that show even still on? You know, it doesn't work that way. But you you step into your heart and you open yourself up. You become vulnerable and you open yourself up to life. And from that love, you will see what your passion is. It'll come to you. You know, it'll let it come to you. Don't narrow yourself down to, I want to be America's next, American Idol or whatever it is that you want. Forget that. Put that aside, because that's not going to be big enough for you, for your life. That's not going to be the thing. Be open to life, relax into it, and be so vulnerable and empty and open and just let it guide you. And you're going to experience this incredible amount of love that will suddenly flush through you. And this has been documented as well. I mean, this is, they have done studies where they hook you up to machines and, the team can tell before someone hits that high in meditation, where suddenly the frequency changes, the brainwaves change. They, go to, I don't know which level, if it's the theta or a different one. I think it's past hypnosis, but it's this like other frequency that is just that bursts your heart wide open, and you experience this intense amount of bliss and ecstasy. And it looks like you're on drugs. It looks like the person took psilocybin and stuff, but it is purely intention. It is purely thoughts and concentration, that happens in meditation. And it is all, the machine picks it all up, and it's, you can't make it up. You can't, people will come back and report, oh my God, it felt amazing. And you can see it on the graph. This is what happened in your brain while you felt this way. And it's the same as a person on drugs, except that your own body is producing it. So you have the power to change your life, to change your thoughts, which changes your behavior, which changes your physiology, your health. It changes how your body functions. It opens up your heart. It opens up your brain. It just makes you healthy. It creates proteins that fight viruses. You don't get sick anymore. It heals things that are sick in your body, and And it changes your genes as well. No, that's not the right words I'm using. It changes what's the word? It unlocks genes, or reactivates them for optimum health. So if you've been on the fence or sort of, had an aversion to spirituality or anything like that, maybe look into Joe Dispenza. But you can also just look into science, into modern day science, especially about trauma. The works of, who is it? Bessel van der Kolk, or what's his name? Dan Siegel. There's also Caroline Leaf. It's also incredible. She's amazing. And this one I'm forgetting. What was his name? Gabor Mate. Exactly. It's all about science with them. They're scientists. They're doctors, but they have looped it all back to spirituality. Without really mentioning spirituality, but it is about just healing the body. It is about, the mind-body connection. And oh my God, there is a baby wallaby. Oh, I'm gonna die. It is the cutest thing. Oh my God. Okay, I lost all thought now. But I think I was done anyway. Oh my God. It is fresh out of the pouch. Oh, it is so cute. Oh, it's jumping around. It is so cute. I think they saw me. How cute. Sorry. Okay. Yes, I was done. I was done anyway. This is amazing. Keep looking into it. Stay on this journey with me. I'm gonna keep diving into this new stuff that I will learn and experience and experiment with. And I can just, from my own experience, tell you that this all works, and it works so well. And I could cry from how amazing this is and how blessed I feel that I found this when I found it. And you really do, everything changes. Everything. Your entire life, everything. You change. I don't even have words for it. It's just you become, I have always had this vision of who I want to be ever since I can remember. This person, I have this vivid image of this person in my head, who she is, how she behaves, her thoughts, how she treats other people, what she does, how she shows up in the world. And that image has never changed. But I have never been that person. And I've always thought, I wish I was this person. I wish I was like this. I never questioned why I had this image in my head. I just always thought, I'm just imagining, I wish this is who I was, but I'm not. And it's just like my imagined self. If I wish I could just be like that, but I am not that. I'm just who I am now. In this fear state, right? My whole life. And really now, being on this path for nearly 4 years now, and I am in awe to see how close to that person I am becoming. I am growing into her every day, more and more and more, and I am so close, and I can feel her so close to me now. It is incredible. I'm getting goosebumps just now sharing it. I don't know if anyone resonates with that, if they have that same image of themselves, this dream self, that sometimes you'll have a conversation with someone, an interaction, and then you go home and you're like, damn it, why did I say that? Why didn't I do that? And you have this image of who you wanted to be and how you would have acted and what you would have said. And it's always this, most perfect version of you. And I am more and more becoming her. I'm turning into her, and it is the most beautiful thing. I feel like it is who I was always meant to be, and I've always known it. It's always been with me. But I'm just realizing it now. I'm just seeing it now. I'm integrating it. And it's a privilege, you know. I love this person, and I can't wait to fully be her. It is like coming home. It feels like coming home. And it's the best thing.